Hi, I'm Stacey Hawkins. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today is day number 5. It's Friday for me. Day number 5 on Medifast. Doing great. I'm down 10 pounds and I absolutely love the program. So far, so good. But starting to get hungry. It's almost dinner time. And tonight I've decided, since it's such a gray, dreary, disgusting day here in New York, that I'm going to make some salmon. I have some wonderful wild-caught salmon fillets, and I thought about the different condiments that I can use and decided that I want to do a ginger teriyaki style, but without using a prepared teriyaki mix. I'm actually going to do something myself that doesn't have any sugar or carbohydrates in it. So I'll incorporate things like soy sauce and some fresh ginger and some great flavor to incorporate into the salmon, and we'll let it marinate for a few minutes before I throw it in my oven. So I'm going to take the camera, turn it down onto the countertop, and we'll show you how it's done. Here are my ingredients for the salmon. This is a real simple dish, but again, it's got a lot of flavor to it. I've got 4 pieces of wild-caught salmon, and these have all been individually frozen in these little plastic packets. These are great for when you're on the run, or when you are a single person, or when you just want to grab 1 or 2 pieces. Or you could buy a whole fresh fillet as well. Supermarket didn't have any of that, so I got the frozen stuff. And these are nice and thawed now. I'm going to make a marinade, and it will consist of some soy sauce, and this is light soy sauce that I'm using. Now this marinade, the salmon is only going to soak in it for 15 to 20 minutes, so I'm using a lot more condiments than are allowed on the program to make the marinade, but we're not going to be ingesting all of it. We're only going to be ingesting the part, obviously, that's on the salmon. To this I'm going to add some fresh ginger root. Believe it or not, I just took this out of the freezer. Ginger is one of those things that when you buy it at the store, buy yourself a nice big hunk. When you're done with it, throw it into the freezer, because as you see here, not only does it keep well, but it makes it really easy to grate when you're all done. We want about a teaspoon of fresh ginger. The ginger is going to provide a lot of flavor here for us. And again, because we can't really use any other fruit in here, because of the restrictions of the program, we want to add flavor with things that don't have a lot of calories, in this case the ginger. I'm going to make it a little more pungent by adding wasabi. I don't have any prepared wasabi paste, but this is really cool. This is wasabi powder, and basically what they do is take this and add some water to it to make that green paste like you get with sushi. And it's not quite as pungent until you mix it up. So I'm going to put in probably 2 teaspoons here, because I really like it a little on the spicy side. Again, experiment with flavors, experiment with some different things that you might not use otherwise, simply because it's this flavor that's going to make the salmon interesting for you. And you know, I think one of the reasons so many people fall off of diets is simply because that they have bland, boring food. This, not bland nor boring. This I'm going to take and put into the pan with my fish here. Let me clear this out of the way, make a little room. Put that in so you can see it here. So I have my 4 pieces of fish that I'm just going to lay in here, and then I'll pour the marinade over top and let this sit for just, like I said, about 15 minutes. And then we'll pour the marinade off. Nice shallow dish. We don't have a ton of marinade here. Let's pour that on over the fish. You can see all that delicious ginger in there. Pick these up just a little bit so that the marinade can get underneath them. And voila. 15 minutes, let them sit, and then they'll be ready to go into the oven. 15 minutes have elapsed. I drained the liquid or the marinade off of the fish because I don't want it to bake in that. It's way too salty and way too pungent. And if all that evaporates, you're going to be left with nothing but soy salt crystals in the bottom of your pan. Ugh, you don't want that. I also gave the salmon a quick spray with nonstick cooking spray just to keep it from drying out. And again, that's approved. So while that's cooking, I'm going to do a really quick green stir fry over at the stove. Why don't you join me? Here I have the ingredients for my stir fry. I apologize, this may be a little bit hard to see. I realize it's black. My wok is well seasoned with a little bit of nonstick cooking spray. I've added 1/2 of an onion, again using a silicone spatula here to withstand the high heat. I'll just quick saute that just until it gets a little bit browned. I'm also going to add to my stir fry here green pepper, zucchini, and some celery. Now there's lots of vegetables obviously you can put in here. I put in what I have. The moisture from this will release to help these steam as well as saute. I'm going to let these cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, just until everything is at the crisp, tender stage. And then we'll put in the final ingredients and a little seasoning. Okay, the vegetables have cooked for about 2 minutes, just so that they're nice and green and at that crisp, tender stage. I'm also going to add one more ingredient now, and that's 1 can of water chestnuts. Water chestnuts are great because they're so low in calories, but wow, they add such great crunch and texture to this. I'm also going to add a little bit of garlic powder, not a lot, probably just about a teaspoon, maybe even a little less, a little salt. Again, use all natural sea salt, and peppercorn. The peppercorn, I'm going to turn it from fine to coarse because I want this nice and chunky in here. And last but not least, for a little additional flavor, a little bit of Chinese, let's see if you can see that, Chinese 5-spice powder, just a sprinkle. This is a lot of flavor, and it's a good combination of fennel seeds, star anise, ginger, cinnamon, and cloves. And oh, the aroma this is releasing. I wish you could smell this. This is going to go great with our salmon, which should just be done in the oven. I think I told you 15-20 minutes, and that's it. All right, our veggies are done. The salmon should be going off in just a second, and I'll come back and show you a plate of it when it's all ready. And there you have it, our Asian style salmon with ginger and wasabi and our stir-fry veggies. Again, you can use any kind, and this is a great meal for not only you but your family to enjoy. I'm Stacey Hawkins, the queen of lean and green. Have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. We'll catch you next week. Enjoy. And by all means, if you have any questions, Stacey at timesavergourmet.com. www.timesavergourmet.com. I'm Stacey Hawkins. Thanks for watching another episode. We'll catch you next week.